Hello friends, how you doing? It's been a minute. I've been getting some messages that are people saying, hey, are you okay? What's going on? And that is my tip that I have taken too long to release any video, let alone this one. But I thought I would come and give you some information and some deets about what's going on with me and where I've been and where I'm going, because there's some big news that happening, which is that I'm moving. So where have I been? I have been dealing with my house. So we've gotten inspections and we have repaired anything we found on the inspections, or there's just things we didn't like about the house that we thought we would get fixed before we tried to sell it. Then we had to evacuate all of our personal items. I know you guys can see that my background looks the same, and this is the only room in the entire house that looks like this, that has stuff in it, that has pictures on the walls, that does not look like an empty house. We've been living in an empty house for quite some time. So we had to depersonalize and take down all of our stuff, and that took a while, and we had to pack it. As you may know, I have long COVID, which for the purposes of most people, it's easiest to say I have chronic fatigue, because that is, for me, the worst symptom of long COVID thus far is the chronic fatigue involved. Anyway, so that says that I can't do that much stuff every day. So I have been packing, and I packed up, I would say like 20% of my possessions were like visible in the house, you know, bookshelves, all that kind of stuff had to come out of and whatever. But we got that done, and then we put the house on the market, and that hung out for a while, and we lived in a very stark house for several days. And then we took our 6 cats to a VRBO, which allowed pets, so we were excited to even just find one that would do that. And we stayed in that for about a week while they did open house after open house after open house at our home. So we have received an offer. We are going to accept it. Hopefully it will go through and everything will be cool. Everything looks cool with that, but just so we don't jinx it, we're just sending out the good vibes that will go all the way through. And then we're gonna move. Where are we gonna move? We're moving to the Pacific Northwest. Probably in the Vancouver, Washington area, maybe in the Portland area, but we're thinking Vancouver. So anyone in that zone, all of my Pacific Northwest friends who live in Portland or who live in Seattle or anywhere in between those places, or even not Portland, hit me up, because I'll be needing pals to go hang out with and sew with and do all that kind of stuff. So yeah, especially if you're on Instagram, message me on a DM, because then I can we can exchange actual information. The comments section down below is really not the place for that, but we'll figure it out if this is the only place you are. So yeah, leave me messages and let me know. Let me know if you live there, and maybe I'll do like a meetup or something once I get settled, so I can get to know y'all and take the lay of the land. Before the pandemic, the last thing I did, as many of you guys know, was I was on a road trip to the Pacific Northwest, and I did meet many of you at meetups that I did in both Portland and Seattle, and that was great. So if you're still around and everything's cool, let's meet up. So I will announce that stuff in months when I move. So our next step is to go find a house. When are we gonna do that? I don't know. It depends on when we get good vibes from this transaction being good, you know? Then we will go up and put an offer in on another house. We did go visit and check it out, and I had been there before because, as I mentioned, I went there on that road trip, and I visited Vancouver and Camas and Washougal. They're all great. That's where the Pendleton wool mill is in Washougal. So that's fun. So we're gonna move. We're gonna move. So what's happening going forward? Cool. I'm still a video monkey. I still want to make the videos. I still want to work on the things. I'm gonna have a new sewing room, which we will get to decorate together, which should be so fun. And after stripey land behind me here and green walls, which I like the green walls and the brown walls. I actually love this room. I think it's super fun. But it's gonna be weird to have a different room with a different size, and I don't know what's gonna happen with that. So hopefully, I am hoping to have just a scotch more room in whatever the next house is. Everybody send your good vibes, because I would like to be able to very comfortably walk around my table, and then also be able to get the stuff that lives on my table permanently, my thread cabinet, to be somewhere else in my room. Like I would like enough room to be able to do that. That is my one hope for whatever the new house is, that I will have just a little bit more space. Like a couple feet is all I need. So anyway, that will be fun and exciting, but I do need to move and I do need to pack all my other stuff, and I do need to cope with my long COVID. I have been going to a long COVID clinic, so there are some advancements there. I do feel a little bit better, for people who are asking, because I get that a lot in the questions. I think that I would not have been able to handle the last few weeks before, and I'm tired for sure, and I'm sleeping like 10 to 12 hours a night, but I haven't crashed super hard, which for me is like, ooh, things are going well. So that's good. That's very good. I also went to a chronic fatigue clinic, and that has been also enlightening, and I am working with that doctor to figure out what I can do to maybe improve this more quickly. We'll see. So anyway, that's my news. I'm very excited about it. I'm also very like tentative and hoping, because everything's still like balls in the air right now. I just want to let you guys know what's happening, where I am, why I have not been making videos. I've wanted to. I can't make videos when I'm showing my house though, because I can't keep this room clean enough. So that has been a problem. Anyway, I should be back next month with at least one video before I move out of this house for good. And then we'll have the exciting adventure of a new place and new adventures and new opportunities, because it's also cooler there. So maybe I will be working on things that will keep me warmer. I don't know. I'm very excited. I'm very excited about all of it, and I think it's fun. And the moving part is necessary, like financially for us. Like we just have to move because we live in the most expensive place ever and neither of us has a job. So that is a thing that we need to do. But we are moving to somewhere absolutely lovely, and a super privileged move is what we are having here. Everything about what's happening is like, boo, I have to leave some of my friends, but also, yay, I get to live closer to some of my friends. Like Gigi lives up there, and Brienne, and a bunch of other people I really like. So I'm excited about this move in a lot of ways. I like new adventures. So anyway, am I sad about this? Like a little bit. Am I happy about this? A little bit. So anyway, I'm excited to try a new house and a new environment, and to be in a place that's not like oppressively hot for 7 months of the year. It's only oppressively hot for like 1 month of the year, as far as I can tell. And I'm really stoked to get to experience like a new part of the country. I have lived in California my whole life, with the exception of I lived in Colorado for a year when I went to college. I lived in a dorm though, so like I don't know how much that really counts, but I did live in Colorado and I did like it there. That was great. Like I theoretically could have stayed there and gone to school there and lived my life in Colorado. It was a lovely place to be. But I've never had a not California driver's license, let's put it that way. So this is all new for me. So I'm excited. Anyway, I just wanted to share and let you guys know what was up with me. I hope that your April has been very kind to you, and that your May is looking fun and exciting. And as always, I would love to know what you guys are watching, what you're reading, what you're listening to, what you're looking at, like what's happening. You guys, I saw Sinners, the movie. It was so good. Like, I saw the ad for that and I was like, oh, this looks like it's gonna hurt and it's gonna make me cry. And then I see a glint of a fang and I'm like, this is a vampire movie. I totally want to see this. And I saw it and it was so good. Like, go see Sinners. It's great. Did like it. The vampire part of it is not the horror of that movie. Let's just say that. It's not super gory. There's like some blood, like a vampire, but it's like Buffy the Vampire Slayer level of gory. It's not really gross. It's not like a jump scare movie. I know I said horror, but the horrors are Jim Crow South more than anything. So yeah. Anyway, I do recommend. I've been rewatching Wheel of Time. I paused on House. I have been listening to a podcast called Fiasco, which is great. It is entire season-long deep dives into one historical event. So I started with season 3 because it's the one that was advertised to me, and that is the Iran-Contra affair. So it's like 6 or 8 episodes or something, all on that topic, and they give you the deep dive on like what really went down and like what precipitated it and like what the fallout was from it and all that kind of stuff. So I'm finding it fascinating. So any of you guys who are into, is that political history? Like, I don't know, historical events? I don't know. Anyway, it is fascinating. And luckily it's like a thing that's, it's not still affecting us, but it's far enough back that you can be like, this is a not now problem. But it does also show you that we have absolutely been in constitutional crises before. Like, things have gone sideways in the past many times and we made it through. It actually in like some ways gives me like, no, never mind. I was gonna say it gives me hope about what's going on right now, and I'm like, nah, this sucks also. I do think we will make it through, but I think it's gonna suck. Anyway, that is what I have been listening to. I tried to start a book. It didn't pan out. My brain was just like, no, I'm not ready for that. So we shall see. Anyway, leave me your notes down below. I will work on a video soon for you, even if it's a packing up my sewing room and this is the cool stuff I found video. Like, I don't know what it will be, but I intend on getting you something in May. All right, I'm gonna stop chattering, but I hope that you guys are all having a great week, and I will see you guys very soon, hopefully. Wish me luck on this whole house thing. Buying and selling houses sucks. It is horrible, but we will get through this. Okay, bye guys.